A very good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're all very well. Lovely to see you all. I'm really enjoying the comment stream today. It's been so much fun. So Barry, you've got I love this. Jill's like the wife, just the one. Barry, I hope your missus is having a nice time with her G&T. Dave, I love this. So yeah, I'm afraid the sopranos, altos, and tenors haven't managed to rouse Baal tonight. So it's well, if the bassist can't raise Baal, then I'm afraid I don't think he's coming. So we got one more chance. All right, so you got to sing up. Let me check how the sound. Good, good. And do we have piano? Baal, we cry to thee. Baal, we cry to thee. Okay, how's that sounding? Do we have piano? Mark has been trying his Mahler. Goodness me. Tough on the breathing, absolutely. It's not known for being easy, but a lot of fun. Cool, we have piano. Just watch out, I'm going to try the recording now, folks. So it's going to be quite loud. Let's have the choir singing that. Okay, lovely. Oh, that's nice and loud. Yes, we will. We shall call him loudest, said Mark. Quite right, too. Brilliant. So how's everybody else? Hello, Lisa and Jill and Judith. Yes. Turn that off. Hello, Diane and George. I've already said hello to Dave. Great to see you. I hope Jill's well, Dave. And Lisa, Barry's asking, he says, nothing to do with the transfer market in football. That'd be fun. I wonder if Bale. I wonder who Bale plays for. Fabulous. Hello, Steve. Yes, you were the first one here. Goodness me, that was quite early. How's the weather in Langwathby in Cumbria? Hello, Michael. Oh, it's a lovely thing to say. Michael says, really looking forward to today's rehearsal, which is like an oasis in a COVID desert. I completely agree, 100%. It is so lovely to be able to come into this room, close the door, and all I need to do for the next hour and a bit is enjoy this lovely music in your fine company, everybody. And anything else, well, we breathe it out. We can't worry about it for now. Get rid of it, and we enjoy ourselves. So lots of lovely altos and sopranos and everybody in. Hello, Dave from Middlesbrough. Hello, Michael from Lytham St Anne's. Fantastic. Recording the Mahler isn't easy. No, I'm with you on that, but worth it. Goodness me. What's been lovely is over the last week is getting lots of lovely Twitter messages. And if you're on Twitter, you can follow me. Obviously, the choir is on there at Isolation Choir. And you can follow me at Mr. Ben England. And what's been really nice is people letting me know how they're getting on with recording and having a conversation with people. And what seems to be the trend is people saying, well, when I first started with Messiah, it was like an insurmountable obstacle. And now, well, it's just something I do. And Ali Bacon, who's one of our singers, she said, I never thought when I started 2020 I'd be a recording artist. And having another conversation with somebody else who was saying that this choir had pushed him out of his comfort zone into trying new things like Quanta Qualia and the Rutter and so on. And again, sparked a little conversation with choristers. What's been the way in which you've been pushed out of your comfort zone? I had to admit that before March of this year, I think I'd said a total of 4 words down a camera lens. And I found the whole thing quite off-putting. And yeah, well, it's amazing what 6 months will do. 7 months of talking into a camera, isn't it, folks? Barry is saying, Ben, you must get out more. Gareth Bale earns $600,000 a week. I'm in the wrong game, everybody. See, I thought when I was at school, all my mates would go and play football, and I would go to the practice room and just sit and play and make up music. And I clearly did the wrong thing. I don't think I did, really. Hello, Rob. Good to see you. Singing through 2 movements of the Victoria Requiem. Oh, wonderful. Glorious stuff. Have fun with that. Hello, George. You're not bailing out. No. Well, why would a bass bail? I mean, obviously, you wouldn't bail out on the bass rehearsal. Hello, Suzanne. Great to see you. Just joining in to get the timing into my head. Fantastic. If you're here to try your own part against everybody else, that is a really, really good thing to do. And, of course, you're more than welcome. It's lovely to have lots of people here. Hello, Glennis. Great to see you. Mark's just looking forward to the CD. Oh, yes. Oh, this is the thing where Mark is a record mogul now. I've said to him, you better get your espadrilles out and the white linen jacket with the sleeves rolled up. You know, if you're going to be a record mogul. But we're going to have our own record label at this point. We've got this, got the Vivaldi, Mahler. We'll be talking to you on Monday about the CD for this. Then there'll be Christmas and goodness me. Going to have to get a new shelf up here. And something to play CDs on. Thank you, Glennis. That's lovely of you. Basses, don't forget you're getting help from sopranos and altos to lift your volume. Ooh! Well, I'm sure that all the basses really appreciate you being here, Judith. All right, let's all see if we can wake him up tonight. I don't think we're going to wake him up tonight. Spoiler alert. I know what's coming in a couple of movements. But yeah, let's give it a go, shall we? Hello, Dave from Leytonstone. It's very windy here in Bristol as well. I was saying to a choir this afternoon, well, the trees out the window are doing their sideways thing again. Every now and then something wishes past at high speed and you think, was that a branch? Was that a small forest creature? Was that a child? I don't know. It's just so blowy out there. Fabulous. Hello, Stu. Great to see you. Dave has just finally finished recording the Forêt. Oh, well, that Forêt is so beautiful. That Agnus Dei. Oh. Agnus Dei quid olis peccatum. Oh dear. That Requiem is a prime example of what happens when a composer... Well, sometimes with a piece, you know, you sing an entire work and there's one bit you're looking forward to. So, this is the good bit. Oh, I love this bit. And then it goes, you know, that's lovely. In a good work, you know, you might end up with 10 amazing moments. In a work like Elijah, there's an amazing moment every 2 minutes, or even every two bars. In the Forêt, just the whole thing. You just hold up the entire thing. How long does this tune last? Well, it's at least 6 pages long, this one tune. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Hello, Stephen from Middlesbrough. Great to see you. Hello, Stephanie. Fantastic. Pia Jesus, says Judith. Oh, absolutely. The thing I love about the Forêt, again, it's one of these examples of a composer who uses harmony to paint a picture. So the Forêt opens in D minor. Interestingly, that's the way Elijah opens as well. It's kind of funereal, obviously, being a requiem. And the first couple of movements are in sort of D minor and B minor. But then the moment we start to hear from the angels, Forêt starts using flat keys like E flat and B flat to illustrate heaven. Then we come back down to earth again for D minor for Libera Me. But then the last movement, which is in Paradisum, where earth has become, well, you know, we've all moved to heaven. The last movement is in the flat key as well. Very, very clever. Very, very clever. Fantastic to see everybody. Well, look, we'll be starting in a few minutes. Tonight, obviously, is these Baal choruses. I don't know if any of you had a chance to pop in and sing with everybody else this week, basses, but we've had a brilliant time. We're just going to focus on the drama. We probably won't be getting this evening to Cast Thy Burden Upon the Lord. We'll see how we go. I mean, there's quite a lot of the bass part that does repeat, but I just want to make sure, just like everybody else, that you get to the end of today with the 4 movements, numbers 10, 11, 12, 13, all completely solid and sorted. And then we'll start next week, I think, with Cast Thy Burden Upon the Lord. Next week is going to be quite a contrasting week in terms of the styles of the movement. You've got Cast Thy Burden Upon the Lord, which is, as I said on Monday, it's like putting an aloe on a burn. It's just so soothing and so beautiful. And then... well, the fire descends from heaven in the next movement, and you can probably tell, I've been saying all week, I don't want to tell you what happens next in the story, I don't want to tell you what happens in the movement, the fire descends from heaven, but let's just say it's quite dramatic, and it doesn't go well for the followers of Baal. Then we have Thanks Be to God, He laveth the thirsty land. And that's, of all the tunes we've learned so far in Elijah, that one to me is the one that is the most pernicious earworm. Once you've learned it, it's going to be a real struggle to get it out of your head, because it's one of those tunes that it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I saw an interview once with Tim Rice, the lyricist, who said, you know, a perfect song is one where you read the words and you hear the tune, or you hear the tune and you can hear the words in it. And thanks be to God, He laveth the thirsty land. is just one of those tunes. My goodness me. So that's next week. But in the meantime, we've got fun times, as Lisa says. We're going to be singing through these Baal choruses. So you're going to need to make sure you've got plenty of hydration. Basses, make sure you've got your water ready. Just before I came on, and literally as I was reaching across to click online, I had an incident with the water, and I managed to rehydrate the front of myself very thoroughly. And unfortunately, it's icy, so gave myself a bit of a shock. Sang a very high note, and then, thankfully it seems mostly drying. I just hope it dries by the time I go downstairs, and my children will think, well, maybe it's time to make the call. Wow, lots of people suddenly turned up. Wonderful to see you all. Hello, Andrew from Twickenham. Hello, Colin from Cumbria. Hello, Hugh from Cheam. Hello, Nick. You saw me on the BBC News. Fabulous stuff, absolutely. I will say this, if you saw me on the news, they cut out all the stuff when I was saying how lovely singing online was and how good it was for everybody. I spoke for about an hour with John Kay about how brilliant it was and all the stuff we were doing. And then just as we were finishing up, he said, oh, just tell me, do you miss face-to-face choirs? I went, of course I miss face-to-face choirs. He said, how much do you miss it? I said, more than I can say. But online choirs is brilliant. And I watched the news later on and they just used that little bit. Cheeky. Well, look, everybody, it's great to see you. Thank you for being here. We're going to get started, and lots of fun. So a very, very good evening to all of you. It's Friday, so it's time for the bass rehearsal, and this week we have had just the best fun. We've been learning these choruses from towards the end, well, actually it's the middle to the sort of 3/4 mark of the first part of Elijah, these Baal choruses, basically. And it's been very dramatic. We've been calling all week. Yeah, the sopranos had a good old shout. The altos did their best. Yesterday, the tenors came along. And I'm afraid so far, nothing. Just silence. So basses, this is our last chance, okay? If Baal doesn't come for the basses, then I don't think he's turning up. So what we'll do is we'll warm up. We'll sing. We'll start at number 10 today, straight in it with As God the Lord. This is this little bit of interaction between Elijah and the chorus. And then we'll learn these 3 choruses. And then, of course, on Monday, we'll sing it all through. And we'll look at the music for next week. Please do join us on Monday for the full rehearsal. We'll be telling you more about what we'll be asking you to record CD-wise and some of the really unbelievably exciting developments that have happened just in the last week. So that's going to be one to be here for. Don't miss that. So everybody, make sure you are ready to sing. Make sure the door's closed, your phone's on silent, pets are fed, spouses have got their G&Ts. And that you have your drink of water and your music ready. And so I think we should get warmed up, please, basses. If I could invite you, those of you that are happy to, as always, to be upstanding. Thank you very much. Planting those feet, your shoulders width apart, feeling that connection with the ground, making your knees nice and soft, please, basses, making your back straight, your neck long, and just starting to take some lovely deep breaths in and out. And please, those of you that aren't able to join us standing for whatever reason, as always, that's absolutely fine. But you can get all the benefits from breathing deeply if you just straighten your back, make your neck nice and long, and ideally bring yourself to the edge of your seat and plant your feet on the floor as well. So everybody, we're just going to take these deep breaths in and out, and in and out. Fantastic. And just over and over and over again, please. Deep, deep breaths. And use this as an opportunity to get rid of any stress, any tension, anything that's worrying you or bothering you. If it's stuff you can't control or do anything about, best advice I was ever given is just breathe it out. And when you breathe in that lovely sensation of singing with friends, being part of a massive community. Well over 1,000 people are in this choir singing this amazing work. In fact, Mark, how many have signed up for Elijah? Let us know. It's a huge number. So you can breathe in with that confidence and security that when we sing, we're surrounded by powerful people. And when we breathe out, just get rid of anything you don't need to think about. And as we're doing that, we're just going to roll our shoulders around, please, basses. And we're not trying to start a motor or anything. This is nice and smooth, nice and slow, to just try and release some of the tension in our shoulders. And once you've rolled it in one direction, roll them the other way, please. Great stuff. And then bring it up to your ears, please, everybody. Take a deep breath and breathe out. Fabulous. And if you could tilt your head over to one side, feel the stretch along the long side. And the other way. Thank you. And to the middle and forwards, please. And to the middle. And within those 3 movements, 3 spaces, just let your head very gently roll around, just stretching these muscles out one at a time. And being really gentle with yourself. Thank you very much indeed. So what we'll do now, please, bases, we're going to warm up. Now we're going to need, let's just have a little look. We're going to need top Ds today. I don't think we need higher than that. We may need an E flat a bit later on. So we'll start off. We will need bottom Fs though for second basses. So we'll do a bit of a low down sing. And if you remember basses, we've done this exercise before. This may help those of you who are working on the Mahler. Because you're going to need, for the Mahler, you need that bottom B flat down there, and that obviously takes a bit of getting to. So this exercise you'll be familiar with because we've done it before. This is where we go down the octave. So actually, let's start on an A, and we basically buzz all the way down. We sing bzzz. When we get to the bottom note, we sing za. So it's basically bzzz. All right, try that with me. And a bzzz. And a bzzz, and a bzzz, and one more down to the F, and a bzzz. Now that's the lowest note we need for Elijah. Just for fun, let's go a semitone lower down to the E. Let's see if we have any low notes left at this time of day. Here we go, and a bzzz. Fabulous. Now, for those of you that want a B flat, if you practice that every day over the course of a number of weeks, if you were a bass to start with, I do have to say that, you will find that your voice lowers. If you make it part of your regular exercise, you can expand your range, particularly down in that lower register. Okay, so let's warm up the top now, please, basses. So we'll start here, and we'll just hum on this note here. Thank you, basses, and still humming. Now ooh. O, and and ah, one more, lovely. Now repeat after me, please. We're just going to go ma, 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 and. Thank you very much indeed, basses. Great job. Okay, so can you please turn to movement number 10 in our score that we've sent you in that PDF? It's page 52. This is Recit with chorus as God the Lord. Okay, and this is this fantastic operatic moment where Elijah is confronted by Ahab, who basically says, "Aren't you Elijah? Aren't you the cause of all of this trouble and all of these woes?" Because Queen Jezebel behind the scenes has been pulling strings and has been basically blaming all of the problems of Israel on Elijah, even though it's not his fault. It's all of the worshippers of Baal who have brought God's judgment on them. So we have a bit of an opening as God the Lord of Sabaoth liveth, before whom I stand. This is just Elijah wrapping up what he's just done before. Skip ahead 3 years. Ahab comes out and sings, "Art thou Elijah? Art thou he that troubleth Israel?" Okay, and then the chorus, that is to say, us basses, we then respond, and this is a very Bachian touch, a little bit like the Crucified choruses in the St. John Passion by Bach, just a tiny bit of music. I mean, I always wonder, what would the chorus be like if Mendelssohn had just taken these 4 bars and written a full chorus? He could have done a great job, but he just did 4 bars. And our line from the top of page 53 basses is, "Thou art Elijah, thou he that troubleth Israel." Okay, so it's a whole load of C, da 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 da, and then, Okay, and you can hear the tension in that last chord. So let's just sing Thou He That Troubleth Israel, the second half of the phrase. After 2, 1, 2. Thou He That Troubleth Israel. Excellent. And just throw away that last note. Troubleth Israel. Okay, let's sing Thou Art Elijah basses. 1, 2. Thou art Elijah. 1, 2. Thou He That Troubleth Israel. Excellent. At which point, Elijah comes forward and says, I never trouble Israel's peace. It's you lot and all of you mucking around. You've been following Baalim. Now, send and gather to me. Bring everybody here, the entire tribe, to the mountain. And then call all of the prophets of Baal and all of these other false priests and so on, who are all feasting at the queen's table. He knows exactly what's going on. And then we shall see whose God is the Lord. And there's a real change here from that first really sort of accusatory C minor sort of opening we just sang. Here we are in C major, because the followers of Baal are in no doubt at all that things are going to go their way. So they get quite sort of smug. Oh, okay. And so we sing, and this is the middle now of page 54, after 1 and 1. And then we shall see. Oh, sorry, it doesn't go up, it goes down. Let's try it again. And 1. And then we shall see whose God is God, the Lord. There we are. Occupational hazard of being a bass. Not sure which of the two octave leaps we're on. Let's sing that together. After 1, 2, 1. And then we shall see whose God is God, the Lord. There we go. Well done. So that is, as I say, a bit pompous, a bit stuck up. So then, Elijah says, Rise then, ye priests of Baal, select and slay a bullock. Put no fire under it. Okay, so this is the sacrifice. Uplift your voices, call on your God. And I then will call on the Lord Jehovah. And I pointed this out to the tenors in particular. Listen, when we sing this along with Dietrich Fischer-Dieskau, whose performance of this is just phenomenal, listen to the note on Jehovah, on that D. Just listen to his vibrato, the way he's able to change the tuning of his vibrato, the shake in his voice is mesmerizing. It's unbelievable. Then this absolutely fantastic little bit of drama. He sings, and the God who by fire shall answer, let him be God. Now, we come in then basses on the middle of page 55. Now, he gives us a D. We're actually starting on an F. Okay, so that's the first thing to notice. Our first note is there. It's not there. It's there. Third higher. And we sing, Yea, and the God who by fire shall answer, let him be God. Okay, so I'll just play that. So note-wise, it's not massively tricky in terms of the pitches, but just make a real meal of these dynamics. Starts quietly. It's piano. I always love to think that the choir are sort of saying to each other, Yea, and the God who by fire shall answer. They're all getting quite excited at the prospect of Baal coming down and roasting this bullock in front of them. Okay, so as we sing, we're getting more excited, getting louder. By fire shall answer, let, and then him be God. Is suddenly piano as they're kind of stepping back and allowing Elijah and the priests of Baal to kind of open the theatre in front of them effectively. So let's sing that together, basses. Yea and the God on page 55. 1, 2. Yea, and the God who by fire shall answer, let him be God. There we go. Well done, basses. Brilliant stuff. So, what we're going to do, we're going to sing this through twice. First time, we are just going to sing the choruses in isolation, as it were, and then we're going to sing the entire movement with all of Elijah's little interjections, okay? So, first of all, I need to jump through, so there'll just be a little bit of skipping. Bear with me a second. Yes. Okay, so we're going to go now, basses, from the middle of the first page, after Elijah has sung Rain Again Upon the Earth. So we're going to jump in where the orchestra starts. Okay, so we're now in the middle of page 52, Allegro Vivace. And we're listening out for Ahab. Oh, and there's some chords here. These Elijah chords. Listen to this.
Art thou Elijah? Art thou?
Are we ready?
Art thou he that troubleth Israel?
And thou art Elijah, thou he that troubleth Israel.
I never troubled Israel's peace.
Oh, fabulous voice. Absolutely fantastic. So, this is issuing the challenge then. Then we shall see whose God is the Lord. So let's turn over, please, to page 54. Let's sing the second chorus here. I'm just going to skip ahead. I'm going to pick it up from Elijah's entry, then we shall see. Second line down on 54. Take it away, Dietrich. And...
Then we shall see.
Okay, basses. And one. And then we shall see whose God is God, the Lord.
Right.
Honestly, Fisher Discow's rolled R's. I think you could power a small city on them. Absolutely amazing. So the last chorus part in this is the Yea and the God who by fire, which is over the page. Let's sing that through, and then we're going to sing the whole movement. All right, so we're going to go from Dietrich singing and the God who by fire at the top of the page. Okay, here we go. And
the God who by fire shall answer, let him be God.
And yea, and the God who by fire shall answer, let him be God. Oh, I love those chords. It's fabulous. Okay. Sometimes he uses them in the minor, doesn't he? And sometimes in the major, and they tell a different story every time. Okay, let's sing it all the way through, please. Basses. Back to the beginning of the movement, and then we'll crack on with the double chorus. So, have a drink if you haven't already done so. All right, rehydrate yourselves. You've got about a page before we come in, so let's have a bit of drama. Okay. As God the Lord.
Stay fulfilled, I will show myself unto Ahab, and the Lord will then send rain again upon the earth.
Okay, we're now in the middle of page 52, Allegro Vivace. We're now in 2. Here are the chords. Here's Ahab.
Art thou Elijah? Art thou?
Are we ready, basses?
Art thou he that troubleth Israel?
And thou art Elijah, thou he that troubleth Israel.
I never troubled Israel's peace. It is thou, Ahab, and all thy father's house. Ye have forsaken God's commands, and thou hast followed him. Now send and gather to me, send and gather to me the whole of Israel, and to Mount Carmel. There summoned the prophets of Baal, and also the prophets of the groves, who are feasted at Jezebel's table.
Okay.
Then we shall see whose
Here we go. And
God
one. And then we shall see whose God is God, the Lord.
Rise then, ye priests of Baal. Select and slay a bullock, and put no fire under it. Uplift your voices and call the God ye worship. And
Listen to this high note on Jehovah. It's amazing.
On the Lord Jehovah. And the God
Okay.
by fire
So real drama here, basses. Ready? And yea, and the God who by fire shall answer, let him be God. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to stop it there because we need to get on and look at the next movement. Of course, here, Elijah, he knows exactly what he's doing. He is manipulating the followers of Baal magnificently. He says, you go first, by all means. There are so many of you. I'm just a poor old man with my stick, you know. And he goes and sits in the corner, and out come the followers of Baal. And this is such a brilliant chorus. So over the page, please, everybody. Number 11, Baal, we cry to thee. Now, this is a fun movement. Lots and lots of fun. It is, without doubt, the biggest bit of music we're going to look at tonight. It's going to take us about 20 minutes, maybe slightly longer. The movement that follows is literally a page. Takes 3 minutes by comparison. This also starts as a double chorus. So those of you who've never seen this before, please just have a look along, just down from the top on this page. This is page 56 in our score. It's number 11, and you'll see first treble, second treble, first alto, second alto, first tenor, second tenor, first bass, second bass. Okay, so we are the two vocal lines just above the piano reduction at the bottom. I would suggest, just because I've found it tricky even this week, jumping from one line to another when turning the page, it's sometimes helpful to just mark in which line is yours, so when you turn the page you can see it straight away. It starts as double chorus. It then turns halfway through into 4 parts. So what we're going to do, we're going to learn it as individual lines. We're going to go through and do, so for example, in this first block, just as we did with For He Shall Give His Angels, we'll learn the first bass part, then the second bass part, then we'll move to the next block. All right, so we will go through all of it. We'll start then with the first basses, and please feel free to sing both parts if you want to. So from the top of page 56... I said on Monday it's in F major, which is a really bright, very confident key. Handel wrote a lot of his water music and so on in F major. Okay, so it sounds like a march, and it should be good and pompous when you sing it. First bass is it's 1, 2. Baal, we cry to thee. Baal, we cry to thee. Hear and answer us. Okay, for the most part, it's moving by next door neighbour. Very, very straightforward. One thing to notice, though, is the Baal. That's the loud part. Well, it's not Baal, we cry to thee. It's Baal, we cry to thee. Baal, we cry to thee. Okay, 1, 2. Baal, we cry to thee. Baal, we cry to thee. Hear and answer us. And you please make the last note 2 full beats and put the S on the third beat of the next bar. Ahs, like that. Thank you. Second basses. This is why we needed that bottom F in the warm-up. It's Baal, we cry to thee. Baal, we cry to thee. Hear and answer us. All right. Very typical bass line, that, isn't it? Let's sing that together, seconds. 1, 2. Baal, we cry to thee. Baal, we cry to thee. Heed and answer us. Excellent. I would suggest that you roll your R's on cry. It just helps with the momentum of the phrase. Baal, we cry to thee. Okay, and that will give you a nice shape overall. Thank you, basses. Well done. We're now at the bottom of page 56. Heed the sacrifice we offer. And first basses, your line from the bottom of 56, heed the sacrifice after 2 is 1, 2. Heed the sacrifice we offer. Baal, oh, hear us and answer us. Okay, it's basically in two halves, isn't it? Let's sing Heed the Sacrifice We Offer. Ready? 1, 2. Heed the sacrifice we offer. Lovely. And then it's up to the C. Baal, oh, hear us and answer us with me. Baal, oh, hear us and answer us. Great stuff. Can we please sing from the Heed the Sacrifice, please, first? 1, 2. Heed the sacrifice we offer. Baal, oh, hear us and answer us. Great job. Thank you first. Second basis. Okay, so the second part of that is just a repeated C. One thing to point out before we learn this, the first bar of 57, when we sing offer, Baal. Now, the rhythm on your O is different from everybody else, at least that's what's written. I'd like you to sing the same rhythm as everybody when we get there, okay? Let's go from the last 2 bars on 56 and sing Heed the Sacrifice. It's this. Heed the sacrifice we offer. Baal, oh, hear us and answer us. Sing that with me, please, seconds. 1, 2. Heed the sacrifice we offer. Baal, oh, hear us and answer us. Excellent. Thank you very much indeed. Seconds. We're now at the bottom of 57. After the sopranos and altos respond to us, and we sing firsts. So from the bottom of 57, Baal, we cry to thee. It's 1, 2. Baal, we cry to thee. Baal, we cry to thee. Hear and answer us. Okay, so 2 of these. Baal, we cry to thee. Baal, we cry to thee. Okay, same as always, Baal is the loud part of it, and then it's heed and answered us. Just sing that, please, first. Ready? And heed and answered us. Thank you. So, Baal, we cry to thee first, please, and Baal, we cry to thee. Baal, we cry to thee. Heed and answered us. Thank you first. Seconds. More of the octaves. So it's Baal, we cry to thee. Baal, we cry to thee. Hear and answer us. So just listen to that hear and answer. All right, very typical bass line. Just sing the hear and answer, please. 1, 2. Hear and answer us. Great job. Okay, so seconds, let's sing your entire line from the bottom of 57, please. Baal, we cry to thee. 1, 2. Baal, we cry to thee. Baal, we cry to thee. Hear and answer us. Very well done. Thank you. Okay, we're on to page 58, and we have about a page left before we go into 4-part texture. So first bass is top of 58. It's Baal, oh, hear us and answer us. So just this phrase, it's Baal, oh, hear us and answer us. Okay, and second, it's Baal, oh, hear us and answer us. Let's have both of you together. Okay, after 2, this is the first phrase on page 58. So 1, 2. Baal, oh, hear us and answer us. Great. Then from Heed the Sacrifice, first bass is it's 1, 2. Heed the sacrifice we offer. Baal, oh, hear us and answer us. Listen to that one more time. Really good line this, isn't it? Lots of fun. So from Heed the Sacrifice, Please bases at the top of 58, this is first bases. 1, 2. Heed the sacrifice we offer. Baal, oh, hear us and answer us. Great job. Well done. Now, as we hear first, let's just carry on over the page, because what follows is really identical to what we sang earlier. It's Baal, we cry to thee, Baal, we cry to thee, hear and answer us. We've already sung that, so it's just added to the end, isn't it? Second basis. So let's go from your Heed the Sacrifice at the top of 58. Last two notes, it sounds like this. 1, 2. Heed the sacrifice we offer. Baal, oh, hear us and answer us. So let's sing that together, please, bases. Heed the sacrifice, second basis, last two notes at the top of 58 after Baal, hear us and answer us. 1, 2. Heed the sacrifice we offer. Baal, oh, hear us and answer us. And then, Baal, we cry to thee, Baal, we cry to thee, hear and answer us. Okay, same as when we sang it earlier on. Okay, fabulous job, bases. Well done. Now we've reached the middle point, and what we're going to do, we're going to carry on to the end. It's not actually that much further. I know it's a lot of pages, but it moves very quickly. We'll then sing through from the beginning. We're going to do that first section twice, once with the firsts and once with the seconds, okay? So from the bottom of 59, we now change into 1 in a bar. Okay, it's written 3/4, but you feel it as a 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. And the orchestra starts this really very very demanding. It's like that churn of waves in the ocean. I mean, Mendelssohn really knew how to write music that evoked feelings of waves and tension and so on. So at the bottom of 59, we sing this tune. We sing, "Hear us, Baal, hear mighty God." Sing that with me, please, places. And hear us, Baal, hear mighty God. Then the sopranos and tenors sing, Baal, oh, answer us. We then sing again, hear us, Baal, hear mighty God. Same as before, and then the tenors and sopranos sing, Baal, oh, answer us. Then they sing, Baal, let thy flames fall and extirpate the foe. There's that word of the week, extirpate. See if you can find a way of using that 3 times in context between now and Monday. And then we answer on the bottom of 60, those last 3 bars, we sing, Baal, let thy flames fall and extirpate the foe. Okay, now before we sing it, just watch out for the note on fall, because it lasts for a bar and a beat. So it's Baal, let thy flames fall and extirpate the foe. Okay, if you watch me, I'll be conducting fall and extirpate. This sort of bounces off that second beat. Sing with me, please, basses. Baal, let thy flames on 60. Ready? And Baal, let thy flames fall and extirpate the foe. Fantastic. Really enjoy singing the word extirpate, to destroy utterly. We then sing top of 61. This will be familiar because it's obviously derived from what we sang before. Hear us, Baal, hear mighty God. Baal, oh, answer us. Okay, and make the second half of that, the bit where it goes up high, make it a bit lighter at that point. All right, the first bit is really common. Hear us, Baal, chest voice. And then the second half, you're looking at the sky. Baal, oh, answer us. All right, so make that a little bit more uncertain. Okay, hear us, Baal, from the top of 61, please, after extirpate the foe. Ready, basses? And hear us, Baal, hear mighty God. Baal, oh, answer us. Excellent. Tenors and sopranos take the baton and run. Baal, let thy flames fall and extirpate the foe. They give you your note over the page now, 62, and we sing, Baal, let thy flames fall and extirpate the foe. Now you can hear the end of that is different from what we sang earlier on. That's because Mendelssohn is ramping up the intensity, and instead of ending up in a nice major key, he's taking us to a minor key because people are starting to get worried. So listen to that again. Baal, let thy flames fall and extirpate the foe. And then we sing, Hear us, Baal, hear mighty God. Okay, so let's sing from the top of 62, please, basses. Baal, let thy flames fall. Ready? And Baal, let thy flames fall and extirpate the foe. Hear us, Baal, hear mighty God. Brill. Then the tenors and sopranos sing, Hear us, Baal, hear mighty God. And then we ramp up the intensity again with the altos, basses at the bottom of 62. We sing, Hear us, Baal, hear mighty God. Sing with me. And Hear us, Baal, hear mighty God. Then the tenors and sopranos ramp it up even more. Hear us, Baal, hear mighty God. We get the tune again then at the top of 63. Hear us, Baal, hear mighty God. Baal, oh, hear us. Let's sing together, please, basses. Hear us, Baal on 63. And hear us, Baal, hear mighty God. Baal, oh, hear us. And then the only bit of harmony in this entire second section is Baal, oh, hear us with me, and Baal, oh, hear us. Now I think the trickiest bit is getting from the C there to the D in the middle of that line. So from the top of 63, let's sing from Hear Us, Baal to the bottom of the page, and just be mindful of the top C down to the D. Might take a little bit of practice with this recording, okay? So Hear Us, Baal, top of 63, and Hear Us, Baal, hear mighty God. Baal, oh, hear us. Baal, oh, hear us. We then sing, Hear us. We then do it again. Hear us. And then we let the tenors and altos, and then we sing, Hear us. And then we sing, Hear us. Okay, that's everything to the end. So let's pick it up from bottom of 63. Okay, on Hear Us, and then I'll count out loud so we get a sense of the bars, and then we'll sing the whole thing all the way through. Ready, basses? Bottom of 63, after 1 and 1. Hear us, and hear us. 1, 2, 3. Hear us. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hear us. Well done. Fabulous stuff. So what we'll do now, please, basses, we'll sing through from the beginning. And what we'll do is we'll do what we did with the tenors and altos and sopranos. We'll sing from the beginning to the halfway point with the first basses. And then we'll start again from the beginning. We'll sing from the beginning to the halfway point as second basses. And then when we go into to one in a bar, we'll sing to the end, because then we're in 4 parts. Hopefully that makes sense, and then everything's covered and we've sung the whole thing. All right, so first basses to begin with. Other parts, if you're here, tenors, altos and errant sopranos, your notes. So there is the note for the second basses. There's the first bass, which I should be singing. There's second tenor, there's first, and in case there's everybody else. Okay, so first bass is singing with you, but let's have some fun. We ready? After 2. 1, 2. Baal, we cry to thee. Baal, we cry to thee. Hear and answer us.
the sacrifice we offer. Baal, oh, hear us and answer us.
And
Baal, we cry to thee, Baal, we cry to thee, hear and answer us.
nice and big.
Baal, oh, hear us and answer us. Heed the sacrifice we offer. Baal, oh, hear us and answer us. Baal, we cry to thee. Baal, we cry to thee. Hear and answer us.
Oh, I love that string moment. It takes me back to when I was lucky enough to conduct this with a full orchestra in a big cathedral, choir of hundreds. And I honestly, driving the bus in front of a big orchestra like that, the sound that just emerges, so exciting. Well, look, well done, first bases. Great job. Now we'll sing through with the seconds, and at the point we just reached, we'll all join in and sing to the end. Okay, so if you need a drink, please hydrate yourselves. I'm going to have a quick sip of my very cold coffee. Okay, right. Basses, Baal, we cry to thee. Ready, seconds? Here we go. From the beginning, first join us, please, at that halfway point. Ready, please, seconds? 1, 2.
Baal, we cry to thee. Baal, we cry to thee. Hear and answer us. Heed the sacrifice we offer. Baal, oh, hear us and answer us.
Ready, seconds? And
Baal, we cry to thee. Baal, we cry to thee. Hear and answer us.
and
Baal, oh, hear us and answer us. Heed the sacrifice we offer. Baal, oh, hear us and answer us. Baal, we cry to thee. Baal, we cry to thee. Hear and answer us.
now all the basses. Here we go.
Hear us, Baal, hear mighty God.
And again.
Hear us, Baal, hear mighty God.
Ready, basses. Let's extirpate this. And
Baal, let thy flames fall and extirpate the foe. Hear us, Baal, hear mighty God. Baal, oh, answer us.
and
Baal, let thy flames fall and extirpate the foe. Hear us, Baal, hear mighty God.
and
Hear us, Baal, hear mighty God.
and
Hear us, Baal, hear mighty God. Baal, oh, hear us. Baal, oh, hear us.
1, 2.
Hear us.
1, 2.
Hear us.
1, 2, 3.
Hear us.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hear us. Well done. Goodness me. Now that is a big sing. Absolutely. It's by far the biggest thing we've got to learn this week. Well done, basses. Great stuff. Now, I love the journey that Mendelssohn takes us in the space of one movement, from this sort of rather pompous marching around, throwing their weight around, to suddenly being really quite uncertain. Hear us. You can actually imagine this whole crowd has been shocked. Every single one of them. Like, what? And so Elijah comes out. Call him louder. As I said on Monday, the orchestra then goes, nyeh, nyeh. For he is a God, he talketh, or he is pursuing, or he is on a journey, my favourite bit, or peradventure he sleepeth. Can you imagine being taunted by this old geezer with a beard? Oh, really getting cross. Call him louder, call him louder. Mendelssohn's ramped up the harmony now. We're in F sharp minor, and basses we lead. So over the page, we're at Hear Our Cry, O Baal, and this is literally a one-pager. It's quite short. We get 2 bars in, we get and we sing, Hear our cry, O Baal, now arise, now arise, now arise, now arise, wherefore slumber, now arise, wherefore slumber, now arise, wherefore slumber. Right, that's the entire movement. Let's now chop it up into bits. Okay, so our first entry is Hear our cry, O Baal. Sing with me, and Hear our cry, O Baal. Be careful that you don't go ba 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 ba. It's not all the way down, it is just that third. So one more time, please, basses, and Hear our cry, O Baal. Excellent. Then it's now arise, now arise. Sing that for me. Those 2 now arises after 1 and 1. Now arise, now arise. Fantastic. And then it's now arise, now arise. Sing for me. And 1. Now arise, now arise. Fantastic. Now we have a rest. We go, wherefore slumber, now arise. Sing for me. And 1. Wherefore slumber, now arise. Excellent. So let's go from the beginning to there. All right. Hear our cry, O Baal. Ready? 1, 2. Hear our cry, O Baal. Now arise, now arise. Now arise, now arise. 1. Wherefore slumber, now arise. Okay, now here we reach the last few bars, and it's 1. Wherefore slumber, now arise. Wherefore slumber. Sing that for me. The last was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars. Wherefore slumber after 1 and 1. Wherefore slumber, now arise. Wherefore slumber. And here you have an unfinished chord. They're asking a question. Where are you? Absolutely brilliant. Let's sing from the beginning all the way through with the piano, and then we'll do it with the recording. So ready, basses? 2 bars. Really, really aggressive. That's your note. So we get and hear our cry, O Baal. Now arise, now arise, now arise, now arise. Wherefore slumber, now arise. Wherefore slumber, now arise. Wherefore slumber. And of course, it's Elijah who answers. It's wonderful. So let's sing together. In fact, let's have Dietrich entertain us by singing. He's call him louder, for he is a God, he talketh. I love the way he sings sleepeth as well, by the way. That's one of my favourite bits. So let's go from the beginning of number 12. This is the bottom of 64. And then we respond to his call him louder. And make sure you do call him louder. All right, we've got 2 more movements to see if Baal's going to turn up. All right, it's up to you, basses. Here we go.
Call him louder. is a God, he talketh, God is pursuing, he's on a journey, of adventure he sleepeth, so awaken him, call him louder,
Ready, basses. Here we go.
Hear our cry, O Baal. Now arise, now arise, now arise, now arise. Wherefore slumber? Now arise. Wherefore slumber? Now arise. Wherefore slumber?
As I say, we have this amazing unfinished chords. Who answers but Elijah? Call him louder. Yeah, he's the one who answers their question. He heareth not. That's the wrong chord. He heareth not. With knives and lancets, cut yourselves after your manner. He really is just having a huge amount of fun, taunting them. He even uses the rules of harmony to get them really riled up. This call him and prophesy. Not a voice will answer you. None will listen. None heed you. Oh, absolutely incandescent with fury. So we're now at the top of 67. And here, I know this looks like it's long, but my goodness, this moves really, really quickly. It's marked presto, which is about as fast as a human can play. It's 6/8, but it's 1 2 1 2 Baal. Hear and answer Baal. So each of those clicks is a 3. Really unbelievably quick. The sopranos and altos come in first. Baal, and we sing Baal. Hear and answer Baal. Hear and answer Baal. Baal. That's your first page. All right, so let's do it slowly from the top of the page after 2. 1 2 Baal. Hear and answer Baal. Hear and answer Baal. Baal. One more time with me, please, basses, for luck, from the top of the page after 2. Ready? 1 2 Baal. Hear and answer Baal. Hear and answer Baal. Baal. Excellent. Thank you very much. We're now at the last bar on 67. And we're coming in after the sopranos and the altos sing "Mark how the scorner derideth us." I said yesterday, this is a bit like when my kids are having a bit of a fight, and you hear them both going "Dad" all at once, and then one at a time. But he said that, she said, and this is, I think, what's going on. Everyone's shouting Baal, and then each part is trying to put their point across. So we sing from the last bar of 68, "Mark how the scorner derideth us," and this is how this goes. So it goes 1 2 Mark how the scorner derideth us. Sing that for me. 1 2 Mark how the scorner derideth us. Make sure us is quite short, because we then carry on. Mark how the scorner derideth. Listen to that again. Oh, so it's D naturals. Mark how the scorner deride. I'll sing it for you again. Mark how the scorner derideth. With me one more time from the top of 68. And mark how the scorner derideth. Fantastic. And so let's sing from the last bar of 67. Mark how the scorner. Ready? 1 2 Mark how the scorner derideth us. Mark how the scorner derideth. Good. We then sing, "Hear and answer Baal." Sing that for me. And "Hear and answer Baal." Good. We then sing, "Hear and answer..." Oops, excuse me. Page turn emergency. Hear and answer Baal. So it's the last 2 bars of 68. Now my iPad has come back to life. Let's sing that together. Hear and answer Baal. And hear and answer Baal. So let's go back, please, basses, to the middle of 68. Okay, so the first, hear and answer Baal in the middle of 68. After 2. 1, 2. Hear and answer Baal. Hear and answer Baal. You can hear that that's a little sequence there. We're now on page 69. And we've only got 3 pages to go. Bass is doing absolutely brilliantly. So the tenors and altos sing, hear and answer. And we in the middle of that with the soprano sing, hear and answer. Sing that after 1 for me. And 1. Hear and answer. So we're in the middle of that. We get hear and answer. Okay. And in the middle of 69 we then sing, hear and answer Baal. Okay. But note that one. It's a short Baal. Because we then carry on, we interrupt ourselves. We're so beside ourselves. We're not even abiding by the rules of rhythm anymore. Okay, hear and answer Baal. Sing that for me, middle of 69. 1, 2, hear and answer Baal. Now this little bit is probably the trickiest bit of pitching that you've got to do tonight. It's mark how the scorner derideth us, derideth us, derideth us. Okay? You've got to mark how the scorner derideth us, derideth us, derideth us. So let's look at mark how the scorner. This is the middle of 69, last 2 bars. Mark how the scorner. Ready after 2. 1, 2. Mark how the scorner. Then it's derideth us. Sing that for me. 1, 2. Derideth us. Again. Derideth us. So mark how the scorner. 1, 2. Mark how the scorner derideth us. Mark just pointed out that he's in the score. Absolutely. Mark is not a scorner. Mark, how the scorner derideth us. Bring the troll hammer. From there we sing derideth us. Sing that for me. Derideth us. And again, derideth us. And then the last one's easy. Derideth us. And derideth us. So the whole thing from Mark is mark how the scorner derideth us, derideth us, derideth us. Okay? That one, I think, will take a little bit of time to just get really, really firmly into your head. But once it's there, I mean, I learnt this, I think I told you, when I was 14, 15 years old. And I was singing it through earlier on, and it's all still in there. It really is. I mean, I haven't got half a clue about what I did yesterday, but I still remember this bass part. Now, from the top of 70, we then start this sort of toing and froing with the sopranos and altos. They sing, hear and answer. We sing, hear and answer, hear and answer, hear and answer, Baal. Okay, so on 70, the first one is, hear and answer. Sing that for me after 1 and 1. Hear and answer. Then we sing, hear and answer. Sing that for me, and 1, hear and answer. And then we sing after 2, 1, 2, hear and answer, Baal. 1, 2, hear and answer, Baal. Excellent. Let's go from the top of 70, hear and answer. Okay? First, hear and answer on page 70. After 1, 2, 1. Hear and answer. 1. Hear and answer. 1, 2. Hear and answer, Baal. Good. We then sing 1. Hear and answer. 1. Hear and answer. Sing that for me, please. Last bar in the middle of 70 basses. And 1. Hear and answer. 1. Hear and answer. Then the sopranos and altos go, hear and answer. Then there's a really big chord. Hear and answer. And from that D, this is the only tricky bit, I think, is you've got to sort of start to get quiet during that high note. So your voice will trailing off. Hear and answer. Really uncertain of yourselves. Okay? So let's sing just that last bar on page 17. We're nearly there, basses. Okay, there's your note. After 1 and 1. Hear and answer. And then we sing. Baal, Baal, hear and answer. Hear and answer. Hear and answer. 1, 2, 3. Hear and answer. And that's the last page. Okay, 2 long bails on this high note. Then a hear and answer, hear and answer. And then in the middle, hear and answer, hear and answer. Sing that with me, basses. From the top of 71. All right, follow me. Here we go. 1, 2. Bail, bail. Hear and answer. Hear and answer. Hear and answer. 1, 2, 3. Hear and answer. And that's it. So let's see. Let's sing it through. We have time to sing it twice, basses. So let's sing it first through to just check we're happy with the notes. And the second time, well, you're the last people to call for him. So if there are people here, and I know we've got lots of errant altos and sopranos and tenors, this is our last chance to see if Bale's going to turn up. It's 2 minutes to 6 on Friday evening. If he's going to turn up, it's going to be now. So let's sing it through once as a practice, and then let's really call him. Okay, so let's have Dietrich sing Call Him Louder, He Heareth Not. So from the start of number 13, and then we'll sing. Here we go.
Call him louder, he heareth not. With knives and lancets, at yourselves after your manner. Leap upon the altar ye have made. Argument prophesy. Not a voice will answer you, none will listen.
Ready?
None
Ladies first.
you.
And. Bail, hear and answer, bail. Hear and answer, bail. Bail. Mark how the scorner derideth us. Mark how the scorner derideth. Hear and answer, bail. Hear and answer, bail. Hear and answer, and hear and answer, bail. Mark how the scorner derideth us, derideth us, derideth us. Hear and answer, hear and answer. Hear and answer, bail. Hear and answer, hear and answer. Big chord and hear and answer and bail, bail. 1. Hear and answer, hear and answer, hear and answer. 1, 2, 1. Hear and answer. No sign yet. One more time, okay? Let's do this one for real. If you're here, if you've been singing with us all week, if you've got anything left in the tank, if you're not off to sing the Victoria Requiem, as I think Rob is, let's have it, folks. Let's sing this one last time, and then that'll be it for the week. It's been such a huge pleasure rehearsing this week. The music is incredible. Next week, well, it's no less dramatic, no less beautiful. And of course, we'll start on Monday by singing this all together and really enjoying the drama. So this will be the last thing we do today. And in fact, this week, thank you ever so much, everybody, for being here and for making this week so much fun. So let's have this one last time. And if any of you want to sing along with Elijah, I don't think he'd mind. Here we go. Call him louder, he heareth not.
Call him louder, he heareth not. Knives and lancets, at yourselves after your manner. Leap upon the altar ye have made. Argument prophesy. Not a voice will answer you, none will listen.
Are you going to let him talk to you like that?
None
Come on then.
you.
Here we go. And bail. Hear and answer, bail. Hear and answer, bail. Bail. Mark how the scorner derideth us. Mark how the scorner derideth. Hear and answer, bail. Hear and answer, bail. Hear and answer, and hear and answer, bail. Mark how the scorner delighteth us, delighteth us, delighteth us. Hear an answer, hear an answer, hear an answer, Baal, come on! Hear an answer, hear an answer. Hear an answer. Baal, Baal, hear an answer, hear an answer, hear an answer, hear an answer. Well, you'll have to wait and see till Monday to find out what happens next in the story, everybody. Thank you so much for your time today and, in fact, this week. Have a fantastic weekend and enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll see you Monday, folks. Don't miss it. We're going to be talking about all this amazing recording we're going to be asking you to do. Lots more fabulous stuff to share with you. And next week, well, cast thy burden upon the Lord. The fire descends from heaven. Very exciting stuff, and thanks be to God. I mean, what a brilliant, brilliant set of music. And we will be halfway through the work by this time next week. Where does the time go? Have a great weekend, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye, folks.